Number 5, leverage the tools to develop a better understanding of something. This is such a profound thing. We're taught that reading is not fun. It's not good. It's the whole concept is so ingrained. I think it's doctrinized in schooling, even though it seems like almost opposite. Nobody I know that I can think of off the top of my head really enjoys reading or really had the enjoyment of reading at a young age. Very few, very few, I think, if people have ever told me that they did. Most people I know said they didn't like it, and it was because we're taught that it's not fun, that it's not empowering. But in reality, it's exactly the opposite. All the secrets that we want are in books. They're in books. When you look at people that go to college, a lot of these students, they go in, and I've been to school, and they don't love it. They just do it because they have to to pass the class and pass the tests and pass school and get their degree so they can have a high-paying job. But nobody's taught to really sit down and leverage tools. I don't think of many people, but all the secrets are in books. When I think about everything I've got my hands on in the last handful of years, I'm like, man, I'm not a big fan of reading, but I'm becoming a fan because I know that the life that I don't want versus the life I want will be led based on the information I have, based on the data that I can collect, based on the experiences I can embrace and soak up like a sponge. And I know that the higher quality of life usually is connected to what you know, what you don't know. So if I can sharpen that curve and cut that curve by studying, there you go. Now for this specific incident where I was walking and I rucked for 24 hours, and phenomenal opportunity. I would say that if you are for the veteran community and you're for people caring about themselves, I would really encourage you to take a second and look at and participating in one of these events, 3, 6, 12, 22 hours, or just come show up. It was a big thing, and we had people that come out and they made cookies. It was pretty cool, and a bunch of cool stuff going on, water, music, and it was a good time. But the point of the matter is, when I say leverage the tools, I'm implying leverage the things around you that can help you, and not in an authentic way, but in a very genuine way. There are tools around us that we don't even know about most of the time, that we're unconscious to, we're oblivious to. Like for me, I didn't realize a lot of the things I knew about the human body, the anatomy, the physiology, the mechanics, sports science. I didn't understand a lot of these things when I was in the Navy. If I would have, it would have been maybe a different story in terms of my training pipeline. But the point is, I do know this now because I'm a coach and I've studied quite a bit, and I've picked brains of experts. I've sat with experts in their fields in terms of sports science, fight science, different things, mechanics of the body, physiology, energy systems. And the point, what I'm getting at, is what made it more, for me, more simple, more enduring. It was easier to endure because I had the proper supplementation. I understood how I need to plant my feet. I understood the tilting of my core, engaging specific muscles to eliminate or to reduce certain impacts forces on my knees, my lower back, my feet themselves, my shoulders. I understood this, I understand this, and that's what makes it more important, is that I would encourage you to dive into these things, to go study these things, to ask questions, because this is where we get better, is by asking. If you don't know something, ask. And if someone doesn't seem like they know the answer, then ask where they can get it from, if they can help you find the answer, because their answers are always out there. The answer is always out there. They're not hidden very long. They're in books. They can be studied. They can be learned. So that's one. Two is, I was using specific vitamin supplements, all liquid, most liquid, different complexes like magnesium, super phenomenal for the brain, joint support supplements. Man, I was timing it just right, and socks, and going to socks and really leveraging wool socks. Little things like this made it more bearable, made it less painful than it would have been otherwise. Changing clothes at certain times, exposing my skin when it needed to be warmed to, the sun when it finally came out, covering it when it needed to be covered when the temperature started dropping. eye protection, just simple things that seem so common sense can make such a big difference. And the same things apply to life. What seems to be common sense might not be very common, or you might just be missing that one little thing. That one little thing that when you hear it, bam, wow, good night, you know? I'm going to encourage you to go out of your way to find these things. Whatever you're pursuing, go find whatever you're missing. Ask the question first, what could I possibly be missing? What thing could I possibly not know? There's a lot we don't know. Nobody knows everything. Only God does. We don't. So what we can do is leverage people for their knowledge in authentic ways. Connect with people. Maybe there's something you can offer to the table as well. Or go diving in for information that you want. Go to the library. Go online. You could buy books for like $2 on Amazon. Go look for it. Google's phenomenal. Find people's reviews of specific books and then, measure their credentials on their reviews. So that's my encouragement to you. Go dive for the tools. Go so in for your dreams that the tools around you that you're so possibly oblivious to or naive to, they become surfaced. They're around us all the time. That's my encouragement to you. Know that it's worth it. Know that you matter, that God created you for something, that you are loved, that you are special. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much for your time. Please like, share, subscribe, and check out more.